Hi guys, in today's video we are going to discuss Mercedes G-wagon as an investment opportunity, and I believe that this is a very challenging topic because 90% of people who is buying right now G-wagons will just lose their money. Let's go! Basically, if you are looking for kind of classic G-class right now, you have three options. The first one is to buy a car which is quite old, from the first generations, from 80s and 90s, which is almost every time an off-road version. The second option is to buy a Russian Mafia G-class from the late 90s or even 2000s. And the third option is to buy first generations of G55 AMG. So let's move on to the first one, to the first option, buying an off-road car from 80s or 90s. Most of that cars are in really bad technical condition. Also, they have ruined exteriors and interiors and a lot of rust everywhere. However, these models have the largest spread between the lowest and the highest price. For example, G-wagon starts from, let's say, $7,000 and goes up to $35,000–$40,000 for 80s or 90s car, the off-road options. Or even it could cost $50,000–$60,000 for ideal shape and condition. And I think that this could be a great opportunity for those who are ready to invest some money and of course time, a lot of time, into making from a normal condition car a really good one. Of course, you cannot make an ideal car an excellent condition from the normal one, especially when you need a lot of body works or you need to renovate the whole interior, but still, you can have a great upside. The maintenance and parts of that car are not so expensive because you can find all over the world the used parts for G-classes. So, I think that could be a good option for those who are ready to invest time and money. What about Russian Mafia cars from the late 90s or 2000s? Let's start with the fact that you can purchase G-wagon from the early 2000s in a good condition for the same amount of money that would cost G-wagon off-road in a good condition. And of course you will enjoy this car much more because it has not all, but still it has a lot of technologies, a lot of functions, and it is better in driving in the modern world. But I think that on that cars you will lose money. And that's not only about Russian Mafia vibe, but these cars has a very low price range. And for example, you can buy for $35,000–$40,000 a good condition car, but for $50,000 you can buy a restyling car with better interior, better outlook and better condition. And nobody is going to say that, well, I love interiors from the early 2000s and I don't want a G-class with 2010s interior. But another thing is the first G55 AMG, because I believe that this car is a start of new era of G-classes. Did you know that the modern generation of G-classes starting from 2018 was firstly developed as G63 AMG, and only after that were developed different versions with diesels and petrol engines. So nowadays everyone wants G-class AMG. So the first version of these cars with compressor 5.5-liter engine is a nice investment in the long term. So to make some profit from G-class, I believe that you have two options. The first one and the easiest one, and what you can call investing in car, I think is buying G55 AMG of 2005–2008. But this is a real long-term investment idea because prices can go down for a while, but I believe that in 10 or 15 years G55 AMG would be the new classic. As for early classic 80s and 90s off-road versions, I think that you shouldn't buy it and invest in it just in a good shape for about $40,000, because there is no real upside in, for example, 10 years in these cars. There are a lot of them on the market, but what you can make money on is just buying a cheap car and kind of flipping it. So what about technical issues about these cars? It's not a secret that early generations of G-classes are very reliable cars. And you can say so about all types of engines and transmissions. However, these cars are more than 30 or even 40 years old. So all discussions about reliability of this car is only about the condition of exact car. How about G55 AMG? The car itself was quite reliable. Of course, comparing to the old ones, it was nothing, but still, it is a good engine, it has quite reliable transmission, and suspension is nice also. But nobody buys G55 for going to the church on Sunday. And the cars also are more than 15 years old. So that's also only about the exact car condition. But what should you especially care about is the body condition. First of all, the body is getting rusty in many climates quite fast. And the second thing is that the body and the shape of the car with zero aerodynamics means that the car needs repaintings quite often, and you should check the paint quality very well. I have heard from several owners of G-classes that the front side of the car, the paint is getting rubbish in, let's say, 50-60,000 kilometers, and you need the front bumper and the bonnet repaints. So be worried of that, but still remember that this is a normal situation for the car that goes on the highways very often. So, to sum up, I believe we have two options to make money on G-classes. First one is flipping old cars, making them really good looking, and the second one is buying for a long-term investment G55 AMG of the first series. Please comment below what do you think about these ideas and subscribe for more videos. I would be more than appreciated for like. Thank you. See you.